Hey guys, welcome back. So today we're out at the new Mac range. Over the years, if you follow the channel, you'll know that we've shot on a number of different ranges. The original Mac range, which I started the channel using, then we moved over to the 1,000-yard range, which we shoot at quite a bit. Then we opened up Copper Custom, and we have an indoor range that you'll see us use quite often there. And now this is the newest range that the Mac channel uses, and we've set this one up with a bunch of targets that we no longer have to tear down. The original Mac range, every time we went out there to shoot, we had to tear everything down and take it home with us because people would come out and vandalize the range, steal stuff, just cause general mayhem on the property. So with this new range, we can set up, leave everything set up, and do some really cool stuff. Now, Challenge Target has been really cool in working with us to help set up this new range, and we're going to show you some of the new targets we've set up out here. They're absolutely cool as heck. But it's also a range day video, and we brought out some fun guns to test the new range setup. Let's start off with the FN SCAR 17S. This is a 308 semi-automatic rifle. Easily one of the best, if not the best, 308 rifles on the market currently. I have it set up with an Elcan 1.5 to 6 power optic, and it's illuminated reticle. And again, easily, guys, one of the best optics on the market. Very expensive, but I love them. I also run one on my Tavor, the 1 to 4 power. Great sights. Also brought out my UIC carbine from ADM. This is a relatively newcomer to the AR-15 space. It has an ambi lower. On top of it, I have an Aimpoint T1 Micro from Optics Planet. And you'll notice on the end here, I have a Griffin Armament flash comp for use with my Griffin Armament M4 SD2 suppressor. And here's one you haven't seen much. This is my 9mm Tavor with a Ratworks ZRX suppressor on it and a Meprolite True Dot red dot sight. And this is just one of my favorite guns. I just love this thing. It's an oddball, but I think I might like it because it is an oddball. No longer available on the market, but this is the FN FS 2000 5.56 Bullpup with the military original 1.6 power sight on it. Ugly, looks like a tuna boat to some of you guys. I think the ergonomics are fun. The gun's definitely fun to shoot. I really get a kick out of this guy. Has a Savvy Sniper sling on it. This is the new Marine Corps sling, and it works fairly well here on this Bullpup as well. Then I've also brought out a gun that I'm evaluating and liking a whole lot, and it's the Arsenal Strike 1. A great pistol. This is probably one of the most shootable pistols I've had the pleasure of playing with this year. I really like it. Low bore axis, very low recoil. It's a big handgun. I wouldn't recommend it for concealed carry. It's kind of big for that. But for competition shooting, general fun, stuff like that, or open carry, an amazing handgun. If you haven't shot one, see if you can find someone with one to try out. Very cool handgun. And then, of course, I have my HK VP9, my trusty carry gun, in a high threat concealment rig that I'll be out here practicing with this afternoon. So enough talking. Let's run out here, take a look at some of the range setups that we have configured here. We have a car, we have some moving targets, we have some falling targets, we have a whole bunch of cool stuff. And of course, let's do a whole bunch of shooting. Let's do some shooting now with the Arsenal Strike 1 pistol. As I already mentioned, I really do like how this handgun shoots. It has a very light trigger. Some of the folks I've let shoot the handgun have had secondary discharges. They've double tapped unintentionally. The trigger's so light, so you want to be careful about riding your finger on the trigger if you're not used to it. I actually like the light trigger. Also, the handgun is fairly large. Now, you'll notice it has a very low bore axis. Sits very low in your hand, but the grip is really big. It's a 17-round magazine. I have a lot of extra space left over. Now, I like the handgun enough that if they make a compact version, a little bit off the grip, maybe a little bit off the snout, it'd make a very good carry gun. This one's just a little bit too big. I have open carried it. High Threat Concealment made a holster for me for this thing, and I have open carried it. I do like it. I'll carry it around the shop, but it's just a little bit large for concealed carry. But it's a sweet shooting little handgun. Yeah, one very, very impressive little handgun. The controls are logically located. The thing I like about it, you'll notice where the slide stop sets on the gun. It sets in a different location than my VP9. My VP9, I've purposely had to train myself not to hit it with my thumb. This handgun, my grip is more natural. It does have a very Glock-like grip to it in terms of the grip angle, so you will have to get used to it if you're not used to shooting Glock-type handguns, but it actually is much more ergonomic than the Glock. It doesn't feel as blocky in my hand. Overall, it's just a really, really pleasant gun to shoot. This is the static range. This is where the targets are kind of at a fixed distance, and some of them are moving targets, and most of them are just static steel plates. This is where I'm going to do just standing and shooting drills and stuff like that. Here we have a dueling tree. This is from Challenge Target as well, of course. And this is probably, again, one of the nicest dueling trees that I've seen. If you take a look on the back side of it, what makes this stand out from some of the competition is the competition will typically have the paddles just set on the hinge here, and you'll have metal on metal, right angle metal on metal, and it makes it a lot of friction. It just makes it very hard for the paddle to move, and what you'll have happen is you'll get those paddles stopping at half mast. That won't happen with these. Even when I try to purposely set it at half mast, it's going to fall because you have a very low friction pivoting point here for all the flappers. The other thing that you can do is put some lithium grease on there and make it really slippery. You'll never have a paddle stay at the half mast position. So that's the dueling tree. Let's do a little bit of work with the dueling tree here really quick using the HK VP9. Oops. That thing will keep you well rehearsed. That thing's a lot of fun. Over here, we have just a standard challenge target. This is a great practice target. This is the one that we really abuse. We shoot this thing at close range with rifles and stuff like that, just to see how it holds up. Now this sucker has been beat to snot, but the divots are ever so slight in it, and this is coming from AP rounds, penetrator rounds, and everything else that we've shot at it, being really hard on it. And again, it's holding up really well, but when we want to shoot at close range with a rifle, this is the only target we do it to, because it is really hard on steel. You'll notice that we hit the carriage bolt here. And this is what happens when you hit it with a rifle or something like that and it damages it, it just breaks it off. Go spend a couple pennies at the hardware store, replace the carriage bolt, you're good to go. No welds. Now this is a fun little thing, and this is if you want to challenge your cameraman to a dueling match, this is how you do it. You can set it up, you can shoot it by yourself if you want, but you can use two shooters. And it's basically on the clock. You shoot and see who gets the target closest first, so you have white and red, right? So if I hit the red target first, if I'm faster than the cameraman, which I always am, if I'm faster, I'll hit my target first and it'll appear in the front. He'll hit his second. You'll know who the winner is by the color that's facing you. You reset it by pulling a string and it just flips the targets back out. You have ropes that run out back to the shooting position. Just bend over and pick them up. This is a lot of fun. If you're a competitive person, you'll definitely want to try one of these out because you can really embarrass your friends or get embarrassed as it may be. All right, you tell me when you're ready. If you're not cheating, you're not trying, right?
Yeah, right.
Do you need some practice? You need a couple warm-up shots?
Huh?
You need a couple warm-up shots?
I can shoot that. I can shoot that plate, right?
Yeah.
That fall down one.
Beep.
Yeah.
Beep. Beep. Beep.
All right.
Beep.
Yeah.
I'll tell you right now, if you go that fast, you're not going to win.
I think you're wrong. No, I did, because it's harder hitting that 6-inch plate.
All right. All right, on the beep.
I'm not even used to this whole rig thing yet, so.
All right, on the beep, here we go. I hit it. Okay, we'll try that again. Wow, that was slow too for me, 156.
Why is mine not flapping?
Where is it, like nicking it or something maybe?
I don't know. You can see where we're hitting. You can see the hits. All right, we'll try one more time. Here we go. Want me to help? I was going to flip that for you.
Get out of here.
Okay, ready? Bastard. He's all cocky. Didn't even have a good grip and I still beat you. I think it got some hair.
I think so. That's awesome.
This is the Toyota Corolla that we're using on the Mack Range now. This allows us to fire from cover. This allows us to practice getting in and out of vehicles, shooting from vehicles, and all sorts of cool stuff. I'm really excited about having the Toyota in the mix now. If we walk forward, we can shoot from the window, open the car door, come out, and we have a bunch of dynamic targets. Now the range has been set up for two different scenarios. We have the static range over to the left, and we have the moving and falling targets over here with the vehicle. Let's take a look at the moving target first. So these targets are set up so you can put a barricade perhaps in front that's stationary, or you can have two moving targets, and these are operated by pull strings. So somebody can make it so the guy pops out then goes back, or you can just set them where they're moving and you're shooting at moving targets. These are challenge targets. These are available on the Challenge Target website. They're really slick. Another thing that we have now are the falling targets. Now these are nothing new. I was using these targets for the past year and a half, 2 years. I've been using them to hold paper targets. They're very, very handy targets, lightweight with a carry handle. You can move them around quickly. I like them because with the original Mack Range, as I mentioned, I have to tear down every single time I shoot. Now we can leave them set up, and we have them set up as the falling target. And what happens is, I don't know if I have the pin in this one, so I've taken the pin out. You can pin them up so they stay up, but if you look on the back side of them, you have a paper target here in the front, then we have a small steel target here that if you hit the steel target, and only if you hit the steel target, even if you hit the wooden post, you won't have enough energy to knock the target over. You have to hit this center of mass kill zone, and if you do, the target falls over, okay? So that's really cool. So you have to get a central nervous system or a kill zone shot right here in the chest, and it's even more challenging when you put a t-shirt on the cardboard part of the target because you really can't see, you don't have an aiming point. It gives you more realistic scenario, or so I think. And we have a couple more of the setup, or similar setups over here with the falling targets. So we can shoot as we come out of the car, we can shoot from the car, out the window, open the door, and engage these targets. They fall over when you get that center of mass hit. Moving down here, we have a couple of more challenge targets that are unique. Now this is a brand new product. This is the harmonic target, okay? What makes this target unique is if something hits this outside plate, it makes more of a low thud. If you hit the inside plate, it makes more of a ringing sound. If you look on the back side of the target, you can see how it's done. The face of the target is stationary. The back side of the target is mounted on springs and then has these harmonic forks. That allows them to make that ringing noise that you hear. So you'll know if you get a kill zone shot or if you miss and don't hit within this window. Really cool setup. Another target from Challenge Target that's patent pending, both of these targets are patent pending targets, is this flapper. So this is a traditional, quarter man size with a window on it, but what's unique about it is the back side and how this flapper works. This is one of the best designed flappers I've seen. So it has a cam pin on it, and it actually rotates on this cam pin. You don't have as much friction as you would have on other targets that I've used in the past. And nothing is welded. Why is that important? Well, I found that with targets that weld brackets on the back, that it retempers the steel and it makes it very easy to damage the target with rifle rounds. I have targets that are heavily pitted right where the welds are on the face of the target. What's cool about these is they use carriage bolts, which you can pick up at any hardware store. If you hit the carriage bolt and damage it, you can quickly and easily replace it. And that's how all this hardware is held onto the back. All right, guys, let's do a little bit of work inside the Toyota Corolla. Now, these cars are really small and I'm really big, kind of a Yeti. So let's see how well this goes. So, what did we learn there? I hit the lock with my elbow and had to quickly realize that the door wasn't going to come open and pop that lock. So that's what's kind of fun about working with vehicles. All sorts of things you might not consider happening can happen, and you just got to keep working through it. It's pretty fun. Yeah, look at that. Still haven't hit the scared girl yet, and trying, believe me, trying to shoot her, but I can't hit her. Keep hitting this guy. This thing's a lot of fun, actually. Again, you have a guy working the strings, can control how long the bad guy's exposed. He can hide him behind the friendly, move him out. It's good practice. I like it quite a bit.
Yo.
Hey.
Yeah, what's going on?
Oh, not much.
Who are you?
Oh, man. I think Mac's behind you.
What?
The,
This is our long-range target. We do have the capability of shooting up to about 100 yards here on this range. This target has a blast shield in front that protects the moving mechanism. What's cool about this is it's calibratable, meaning you can set it up for 308 or 556 or whatever, but when the bullet hits, it'll knock the plate back and then it'll reset itself. You can clearly see from the 100-yard line if you score a hit or not, because when it hits, the plate goes down, disappears behind the blast shield, and comes back up. If you miss, obviously the plate doesn't move. This blast shield will protect it from the mechanism down here, the rocking mechanism, which you can see. And what's really cool is this is actually a fairly lightweight system. Doesn't require any tools to set it up. And you can see how it rocks. It's just a weighted system. It has a level right there, so you can set it up to make sure it's properly set. With your hand, you can screw the feet up and down to get the perfect balance, and that's how you calibrate it for different calibers. Heavier calibers, you can bring the rear end up. For lighter calibers, you move it down, which makes it easier for this to fall over. Okay, so now we're going to try to hit that little rifle target, the auto resetting target, with the FS2000 using some ZQI M855 ball. I did zero the gun, I think, with Wolf 55 grain, so I may see a slight point of impact shift. Have a GoPro down there running. I hope I don't hit the GoPro. That's my biggest concern. Shouldn't be that far off though. Slightly heavier bullet, moving a little bit slower. So, famous last words. Nothing should go wrong, right? All right, here we go. I don't think I might as well put the whole, just about got a full magazine loaded here. Again, this thing has a 1.6 power optic, basically no magnification. It's very imprecise. It has a big, thick post. It's more like a European optic. It's not intended for precision work whatsoever. May actually hit that blast shield. Use the magazine here as a rest of sorts. And see if we get a hit. Whack! I got that sucker. Looks pretty good. I can actually see the hit on the plate through this pathetic little sight. Hit it again. Looks like it may be the same spot. Wow. The trigger on this thing is atrocious. I hit it again, but I hit low. Oh, I see where it's hitting. It is hitting low on the stem. There we go. We put it down hard that time. Okay, now I know where to hold. Getting lucky hitting it every time. I can see it walking up and down. Ah, that one missed. I felt the trigger break wrong. This trigger definitely takes getting used to. As does the optic. The optic is, well, horrendous. It's really cool watching that thing go down and come back up. It definitely gives you feedback you wouldn't otherwise get. Yeah, that's challenging. The other thing that's really interesting about the FS2000 is it is a beard pulling machine. Holy cow, I've lost about 5 pounds of facial hair. Don't need to shave after using this thing for a little while. A couple more shots here. Should be just about empty on the magazine. All right, doesn't lock open on the last shot fired. And clear. That's a fun little gun to shoot. Let's do a little bit of shooting now with the Scar Heavy. Again, I'm using some ZQI M80 ball. It's a 147 grain bullet. And I will be switching the old Elcan over to 6 power. And now I'm going to shoot the big steel ringer to the right that I was shooting with the 5.56. Now this thing does have a Geissele trigger in it, and it is super nice. I mean, it breaks like a match trigger breaks. The M80 ball that ZQI produces is really hot. It's probably some of the hottest M80 I've ever shot. You can see how it's rocking this rifle, even with the really effective muzzle brake that it has on it. All right, that was the last round. Yeah, and that's another sweet shooting rifle. That Elcan is ridiculously awesome. It's worth more than the gun itself, but man, if you can afford one, it's the way to go. These things are just unbelievable. You have 1.5 power for close-in stuff, CQB work. You flip it over, this little lever here on the side, and that's how you go to 6 power. Illuminator reticle has a red dot sight, so when you're at 1 power, 1.5 power, you can actually use it with both eyes open like a red dot, or if you turn it the other way, the whole reticle illuminates and also has a bullet drop compensator in it. Really, really nice system. All right, so I can clearly hear the difference on that harmonic plate with the suppressed gun. When I hit the steel that's non-harmonic, just sounds like a gunshot. Now I'll hit the harmonic. Yeah, big difference. All right, gun's empty. This is a really cool little firearm. I love the setup. The suppressor works really well. I'm gonna try to put a vertical foreign grip on it or something, play around with it. I don't shoot it nearly enough. A lot of fun though, really, really quiet. And we are shooting supersonic ammunition, so the bullet is breaking the sound barrier. That's why it sounds louder than it really is. I hope you guys enjoyed coming out to the range this afternoon to do a range day video. We brought out some fun guns. I hope you guys enjoyed seeing those guns being fired. And also, I hope you enjoy the new range that we have set up here with all the Challenge Target steel targets. Now, if you guys would like to try out steel targets, I highly recommend you do that. Steel targets have a lot of benefits. I've been shooting steel for years, and I much prefer shooting steel. If you guys want to give them a try, follow the link in the description below. That link will take you to the Challenge Target website where you can get a 10% discount on all steel targets. Try them out, see if you like them. I think you will. Guys, I also want to thank you for watching the channel, and if you have any questions about anything that you've seen, you can ask those questions on our Facebook page. You can find us on Facebook at facebook.com/military arms. Also, please come by and check out Copper Custom. If you would like to support the Military Arms channel, it's the best possible way. We have a lot of great products at great prices. Again, I'll put a link down below. And if you haven't already, please check out full30.com. That's full30.com. We've brought all the web's best content creators in the firearms space together at full30.com. I think you guys will like it. Thanks again for watching, everybody. We'll talk to you guys soon.